Ever wondered why sometimes you feel like a fraud, despite all your accomplishments? This nagging feeling isn't as uncommon as you might think. It's called imposter syndrome, a psychological phenomenon that's been making waves in the sea of mental health. Imposter syndrome is like an uninvited guest at a party. It creeps up on you, whispering in your ear that you don't belong. It tells you that your accomplishments are just a matter of luck or timing, that you're not really as competent as others think you are. This fear of being unmasked, of being exposed as a fraud, can be paralyzing, and it's not selective. It affects people from all walks of life: students, professionals, artists, scientists, you name it. So, if you've ever felt like an imposter in your own life, take heart. You're not alone. But did you know, even some of the most influential figures in history have struggled with this? Albert Einstein, the father of modern physics, believed he was an involuntary swindler. Now, that's something you might not have expected to hear. Yes, even the great Albert Einstein, the man whose name has become synonymous with genius, wrestled with feelings of being an imposter. Einstein's groundbreaking theories revolutionized our understanding of the physical world. From his renowned theory of relativity to his contribution to the development of quantum mechanics, Einstein's work laid the foundation for much of modern physics. Yet, despite these monumental achievements, he often doubted his own worth and abilities. This is not hearsay or conjecture, but a fact borne out by his own words. In a letter to a friend, he confessed, "The exaggerated esteem in which my life work is held makes me very ill at ease. I feel compelled to think of myself as an involuntary swindler. Why would a man of such unparalleled intellect feel this way?" The answer, in part, lies in the very nature of imposter syndrome. It's a psychological phenomenon where individuals, despite their accomplishments, persistently fear being exposed as a fraud. They believe they've merely been lucky, or that they've deceived others into thinking they're more competent than they actually are. Einstein, like many of us, grappled with these feelings. But how did he overcome them? He focused on his work and contributions to science rather than seeking validation from others. He found solace and affirmation in the pursuit of knowledge itself, in the joy of discovery and the thrill of understanding the universe's mysteries. He once said, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value." This mindset allowed him to navigate his feelings of self-doubt. He knew his worth wasn't defined by how others perceived him, but by the value he brought to the world through his work. Einstein's story teaches us that even the most celebrated minds can question their worth, but it's how we deal with these doubts that truly matters. Maya Angelou, despite her numerous awards and recognitions, confessed she was running a game on everybody. Even this literary giant, a renowned poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist, was not immune to the gnawing self-doubt that we now recognize as imposter syndrome. Born in the throes of the Great Depression, Angelou's life was a testament to resilience. She danced in nightclubs, worked as a newspaper editor in Egypt, acted on Broadway, and even directed a feature film. Yet, despite her varied and impressive career, Angelou often felt like a fraud, like she was deceiving those who admired her work. She once confessed, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, uh-oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody, and they're going to find me out." These words, stark and honest, paint a picture of a woman at odds with her own success. A woman who, despite being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom and nominated for a Pulitzer Prize, couldn't shake the feeling that she was an imposter. And yet, she refused to let this self-doubt overshadow her achievements. Angelou understood the importance of acknowledging her accomplishments, of taking pride in her work. She found solace in her writing, using it as a means to explore and confront her feelings of inadequacy. Through her candid exploration of her own struggles, Angelou offered a blueprint for overcoming imposter syndrome. Confront it, acknowledge it, but do not let it define you. She once said, Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Angelou knew that it wasn't enough to simply achieve. One must also recognize and appreciate these achievements. This self-recognition, she believed, was the antidote to imposter syndrome. Angelou's journey shows us that imposter syndrome can affect even the most successful among us, but recognizing our achievements can help us combat these feelings. And so, we too can learn from Angelou's wisdom, confront our own imposter syndrome, and find the courage to appreciate our successes. Imposter syndrome is not a new phenomenon, as we have seen from these historical figures. Both Albert Einstein and Maya Angelou, giants in their respective fields, wrestled with this unsettling feeling of fraudulence. Despite their remarkable achievements, they were haunted by a nagging doubt that they were not deserving, that they were mere pretenders in a world of true geniuses. Einstein, a physicist who revolutionized our understanding of the universe, once admitted, "The exaggerated esteem in which my life work is held makes me very ill at ease." Angelou, a literary maestro whose words have touched hearts across the globe, confessed, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, they're going to find out now." Their experiences mirror the struggles many of us face today. We reach milestones, we accomplish feats, yet we find ourselves trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, questioning whether we truly earned our successes. But let's take a page from history. Let's learn from Einstein and Angelou. They didn't let their self-doubts overshadow their contributions. They acknowledged their accomplishments, not as flukes or accidents, but as reflections of their capabilities. Einstein continued to delve into the mysteries of the universe, and Angelou kept penning her soul-stirring words despite their inner misgivings. It's crucial to remember that imposter syndrome thrives on external validation. When we hinge our self-worth on others' opinions, we give power to the imposter within. But when we focus on our contributions, when we value the work we put in, we strip imposter syndrome of its potency. So, the next time you find yourself questioning your worth, remember Einstein and Angelou. Remember how they acknowledged their accomplishments, focused on their contributions, and did not seek external validation. Let their stories be a beacon of inspiration, a reminder that you are not alone in this struggle. Remember, even the greatest minds have doubts, but they don't let these doubts define them. And neither should you.